In our last challenge video, we tried to see if a team of Florida men could make their way to a Stanley Cup championship. In this challenge video, we see if a team of Minnesotans with their beautiful scenery and their beautiful scenery and their beautiful scenery, we're going to see if they can make their way all the way to a Stanley Cup championship. So let's get down to business. Why waste time? You know the deal, you know the situation. What we've done with EA's default roster is put together, or at least their most recent roster update, is put together the best team of Minnesotans that we possibly can. Now, also having to factor in the default coach for the sake of line chemistry, but still, let's get down to business and show you the team that'll be taking on this challenge. All in all, the chemistry is pretty solid. We start off with the pride of Burnsville. We have Brock Besser on the top line. Next to the pride of Edna, I think it is. Edina? I'm going with Edna. Anders Lee, Minnesotan. Who would have thought? And on the right wing, he stays on the very team he's been on for years now and will continue to be on for years now. The pride of Minneapolis. It is one Zach Parise. So honestly, I mean, obviously compared to the Florida team, it's going to be a better team, but it's not that bad of a top line, especially when the second line, due to chemistry reasons, is very solid. You get the pride of Robbinsdale, it's Blake Wheeler, the pride of Hastings, Derek Stepan, and the pride of Woodbury, one Jake Gensel. A very, very good second line. Derek Stepan's probably better suited as a third line center, but hey, we'll make with what we have here. The third line, we see the pride of Hopkins. It's Travis Boyd. Next to the pride of St. Paul, Kyle Okposo. And the pride of Warroad, Minnesota? Warroad. It's Brock Nelson. So Islanders teammates there. Former Islander and Kyle Okposo. Of course, Anders Lee and Nelson on the same team. Some decent little built-in chemistry. Travis Boyd, not technically the best option in terms of the overall, but still pretty solid. In the fourth line, we see the pride of Minneapolis. It's Tyler Pitlick. The pride of Blaine, David Backus. And the pride of Minneapolis, Nick Bjugstad, who you'd kind of want in a better role, but really the fourth line is kind of the best place for him because we're not going to play him on the top line. And third line, there are better people with better chemistry. So Boyd has better chemistry, maybe not better. All in all, though, when I'm looking at, when looking at this forward core, can this forward core get the job done and win a cup? I think so, because of how franchise mode tends to work. We move to the defense, and we start off with the pride of St. Paul. It's Ryan McDonough. Next to the pride of Eden Prairie. Nick Leddy. A lot of Islanders on this team so far. Second pairing, the Rangers reunite. The pride of Lakeville, Brady Shea, with the pride of Hermantown. It's Neil Pionk. And the third pairing, the pride of St. Cloud, Minnesota. It's Nate Schmidt next to the pride of Virginia, Minnesota. It's Matt Niskanen. Now, again, defense, pretty darn good. But then you look at the goaltending and it's like, we have the pride of St. Paul, Alex Stalock, and the pride of Lakeville, Ryan Lindgren. There as well. We have the pride of St. Paul, Alex Stalock, and the pride of Lakeville. It's Charlie Lindgren. So, yeah, goaltending leaves a little bit to be desired, but with the way goaltending works in the franchise mode, it's honestly not that bad. So the team itself is, decent. Again, a couple of members of the Minnesota Wild happen to stay here. Now, when talking about the other options that we had to put onto this team, Ryan Poehling, Casey Middlestat, and Blake Lizotte are the highest-rated forwards left off the team. Just unfortunately, due to chemistry reasons, with the default coach on Minnesota, these guys really don't fit all that well. Defensively, there are some very good options being left off the team. Alex Goligoski, Justin Falk, Eric Johnson, Jake Gardner, Nick Jensen, again, all picked due to chemistry differences. So, if we didn't factor in what the head coach was doing, Justin Falk would definitely be on this team. So a lot of good defensemen from the state of Minnesota, a pretty good forward core as well. But as mentioned, is this team good enough to get the job done in a single season sim? I certainly hope so. Be nice to, establish a little bit of success in these challenge videos, but I'm not exactly holding my breath, because if you give yourself a 1-year challenge to try and win a cup, how often does that go your way? So a look at the overalls here, 89, 91, and a 78. you see how we compare to the Nashville Predators. We have our work cut out for us. It gave Blake Wheeler the C. Interesting. Now, the morale is on to make this much more complicated than it needs to be. We're listed as hopefuls. Look at the leaders. Whew. For the sake of chemistry purposes, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. So, really, you look at like Parise, Okposo, McDonough. I mean, this is just a team full of leaders. This is a team full of leaders. We're changing up the captaincy, though. I love Blake Wheeler, but let's be honest. If there's gonna be a captain on this team, it's gonna be Zach Parise. I mean, come on. He's on the Wild to begin with. He went home, gets that gigantic-ass contract. We'll name Zach Parise captain of this team. So, sorry to Blake Wheeler, but hey, it had to be done. Let's get the season sim underway. Let's see how we do. Again, that Florida challenge was likely to be drastically different than how this one's going to go down, but who knows? You rely on one season. Anything can happen. Again, make sure to check out that Florida video if you have not already done so. And again, as is going to be the case with these challenge videos, let me know down in the comments below if you have any ideas or suggestions for challenge videos within NHL 20, especially as we get ready to head into NHL 21. So again, let me know if you have any ideas. This was one of the ideas from the comments section of the Florida video. That was voted upon by our lovely patrons over on Patreon. So again, a lot of different ways trying to get you guys involved here to let me know, hey, what do you want to see on the channel? Now, as we actually get into talking about what's happening here, I didn't want to overreact to anything going on at the start of the season because, we're way too early into it. What's the point in potentially overreacting? That said, it's picked up a little bit here, for sure. And 14-7-2 is pretty solid. We're first in the division, so those first 5 games, I was really starting to panic. But that's why you don't. We're looking okay, at least for the moment. Now, again, you want to talk about what happens to the players that were booted off of Minnesota. I just put them on an international team, so they're not factoring in. And obviously, if you're Pittsburgh, you lost Jake Gensel. If you're the Islanders, you lost a couple of players. The Jets lose Pionk and Wheeler. How's that going to affect them throughout the sim with us being unable to duplicate players unless they're already on an international team, which doesn't always work out that way in terms of having the full options available. But right now, this team holding first in the division halfway through the season. Fun fact, Winnipeg was right there behind us. But all in all, I am fairly impressed with this team so far. I think we'll just save looking at the stats for the end of the season. We'll see how it goes because, of course, hey, hopefully there's a deep playoff run here. One can only hope and pray, please. I think it's been too long by any standard in any save file that I have that I've won a Stanley Cup. So we need something here. So we're still looking for our 30th win of the season. We will not get it against Chicago, and we will get it against Vancouver 7-3 and a 2-0 shutout win over Dallas to follow that up. So still in first place right now. Winnipeg, though, hanging in there. The Jets proving to be a bit more of a viable, kind of contender, at least in terms of chasing the division title. They actually have the division lead right now, despite losing some crucial players to our roster. So we passed deadline day. Of course, we turned off, AI trades and everything like that. Keep it all the same. See what happens from there. I know the last time I said, hey, we're using EA's most recent roster, people are like, ugh. But, it is what it is. Mainly because I don't want to duplicate my save file, and it's possible. Let me know what you think. For these challenge videos in the future, do I use EA's most recent roster update just so that when you guys do this, hey, we can all just use the same rosters? Because obviously roster sharing is not a thing in NHL 20, so I can't be like, hey, download my rosters, give it a shot, move the people into the right spot. I would love if I did a video like this to just then post this roster on a file share so you guys could try the challenge directly yourself. You still can, though, but let me know what you think. Custom roster or not? Of course, created players tend to perform quite well, so it could change the results quite a bit. The Winnipeg Jets won the division. As insane as that is, again, despite losing Pionk and Wheeler, they finished 5 points ahead of us, so we'll be taking on the Nashville Predators in the first round. 7 points clear of them. Take a look here at the Pacific Division. It's Calgary, Arizona, Vegas, Anaheim, and Edmonton. The LA Kings were horrible. In the Atlantic, it's Toronto, Florida, Buffalo, and Tampa. Ottawa was hot garbage. Montreal, not much better. I mean, 20 points better, but still not great. And in the Metro, the Rangers, Hurricanes, Jackets, and Flyers all make the playoffs. The Devils were horrible. Penguins, not much better without Jake Gensel on their team. We get a look at the numbers for the team, and Zach Parise had himself a season. 97 points with 34 goals, 80 points for Jake Gensel, 77 for Blake Wheeler, 32 goals and 76 points for Besser, 31 goals for Anders Lee, 33 goals for Derek Stepan. I think he has a team-high shooting percentage. That's insane. Brock Nelson, 54 points, 20 goals, 42 points and 20 goals for Okposo, 29 points for Nick Bjugstad. Boyd with 22, Backus with just 16, Pitlick with just 13. That fourth line sucks. 5-on-5. That fourth line's brutal. We're going to have to change that one way or another. Screw the chemistry. That's a nightmare. Defensively, you have Leddy and McDonough with 31 points each, 27 for Niskanen, 26 for Pionk, 19 for Schmidt and Shea. The former Ranger combination of Shea and Pionk, not exactly spectacular, nor was our goaltending. Good gracious, we are in trouble, unless the AI just happens to find a new gear come playoff time. So maybe some changes will make to the fourth line. Maybe Ryan Poehling gets called up. Holy hell, Nathan McKinnon. Have yourself a season. Sagan, Rantanen, you guys get a look there at the top score. Sagan with 58 goals because, hot damn. Defensively, OEL likely to win the Norris. Goal-scoring king amongst defensemen, Byfuglien and OEL, because they didn't take out Byfuglien. I don't know why. And goaltending-wise, I know he counts against the cap, but it's like, add a system where, hey, that happens. Riddick with 47 wins for Calgary despite a 900 save percentage. Jack Campbell was up there. Hellebuck with a 916, likely. Just won the Vezina. Goaltending was down. Jesus. For the rookie race, it is going to go to Capo Caco with 72. Although Quinn Hughes put up a hell of a fight. Kel McCarr was way down there with just 45 compared to Hughes's 60 points. So with that, I think we know a change or two that we could make on the roster. Potentially, again, with that fourth line, maybe we take out David Backus, as much as we love him, and make a change there. As Middlestat and Poehling both improved tremendously playing in the AHL, so maybe they are the key to success for us here. I think we're going to take out Backus and Pitlick. We'll send those two down, call up the other two, and even if we play them on the fourth line, where there's not going to be that great a chemistry, at least they're on the team and can maybe make something happen. Obviously, we've seen success from fourth liners in the playoffs before, so even if they're not in the best role, which they really aren't, maybe we can make this work out for us. Bjugstad's the best center, but not by much. So I just wonder. Poehling as a two-way, Middlestat as a playmaker. You can see why the chemistry wouldn't be great. If I make Casey Middlestat a grinder, people are going to get furious with me, which is exactly why I'm probably going to do it, unless Travis Boyd fits on the fourth line, which he does. So I think we swap Poehling for Boyd. It's kind of a tough call. Okposo was pretty good. Boyd wasn't that bad, though. You know what? Yeah, people are going to get furious with me, but we are going to make those changes now. NHL 21, again, a little bit more difficult. Not allowed to make changes to player types or positions. They're just what it is what it is. Otherwise, you're not getting that chemistry boost. So that's going to be significantly more difficult. How the hell is Casey Middlestat medium elite? Good Lord. No wonder why there was a dev boost. Yeah, I'm sorry. Casey Middlestat at medium elite. Press X to doubt, because I don't know if I believe that. He certainly won't be a medium elite if I'm playing him as a fourth line grinder, but it's a one-season challenge. so I don't really care. Let's see what we have here, shall we? Nick Bjugstad, go ahead and change him over, because why the hell not? And we'll see what we're dealing with from here. Ryan Paling, you get to be a grinder as well. Congratulations. Making the most of the young potential future options that we have here, right? Yeah. So there we go. That should set things up pretty well for us. At least I hope. And maybe, just maybe, that means our fourth line won't be complete garbage. Yeah, see, there we go. They got a +1. So at least they're on the team. Let's see what happens. Heading into the playoffs, you pretty much know what Nashville is going to look like and what we're up against. But still, we'll take a look at the roster, I guess, just to see how they may have changed things around a little bit. So, yeah, as it is, Adam Henrique's on the Ducks' top line. Nashville, Forsberg, Duchesne, Arvidsson, Smith, Johansson, Yarncroke, Granlund, Turris, Bonino, Grimaldi, Sissons, Tolvanen. That is not easy to put up with. Then you get Yossi Ellis, Ekholm, Fabro, Weber, and Santini. Ooh, and then Pekka Rinne, still hanging in there at an 86 overall. Don't ask me how, but he is. So, we got an uphill battle here. We have an uphill battle here, to say the least. I'm pretty sure I just double tapped. I did, and we won game 1, so that's promising. Jake Gensel had a 3-point game. Love to see that. Maybe we'll save the in-depth sim for elimination games. Do we want to do that? I don't know, a different way we can handle it. I at least want to look at the overalls. I do know if we lose this one, after jumping in, our offense is down better rated, which is nice. The defense solid as well. I mean, you know what? I think we'll just alternate methods until we find out. Or if we win with a method, we'll continue with it. If we lose, we'll switch it up. So game 2, 7-6 overtime loss. So a 1-1 series split. Jake Gensel has 7 points in 2 games. Let's see what happens here. In game 3, first period, goal apiece, Granlund and Okposo. Second period, Nashville takes the lead with Smith, and in the third, Nashville destroys us. We get a power play goal from Bjugstad, but it falls apart. Shorty from Bonino, power play from Johansson, and an empty netter for Colton Sissons. And we are in a lot of trouble because we cannot find a save to save our lives. We've given up 13 goals in 2 games. Maybe Lindgren gets the chance. Lind Sanity. Not Lind Sanity, but Lind Sanity. Might need to be called upon because Alex Stalock is not good. Charlie, congratulations. You get a chance. Run with it. We're menu simming. Lindgren wins 5-2. We're going to stick with this method here. So a 2-2 split through the first 4 games of this series. Lindgren will get the opportunity again, and we'll stick with this method until we hit an elimination game. Will we win game 5? No, we won't. A 1-0 loss. So this is it. The dream of the Minnesotan victory is at stake. We need to win 2 in a row. No doubt Charlie Lindgren gets the chance. It is outstanding that he is performing at that high of a level. Let's see how it goes. Is this it? Are we going to fall short in our challenge this early on? Let's see what we get. First period of game 6, goal apiece. This scares me because of what happened last time. Parise and Duchesne. Second period, we have the lead. Nick Bjugstad on the power play. So here we go. This is it. We need ourselves a stop. We didn't get it. Tolvanen with the goal. Can we survive? Nashville takes the lead. Bonino. And it's done. So can a team of Minnesotans win a Stanley Cup? Maybe, but they didn't for me. They got bounced in round 1 against the Nashville Predators. I can't say I'm surprised, but I am certainly certainly disappointed, especially when you see like, oh, hey, even like Stepan, Gensel, Wheeler, these guys all showed up. Anders Lee, Besser, disappointing though, to say the least. And defensively, yeah, Pionk and Shea. If I have one word of advice, don't play Pionk and Shea together. It's a horrible idea. And pray that there's an elite level goalie from Minnesota. Maybe we should have gone with Alex Lyon, but pray that an elite level goalie from Minnesota happens to reveal himself in the next couple of years, because otherwise it's still rough days ahead. With that said, I thank you guys very much for watching, for checking out this video, for supporting the channel. You know the deal. Drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Check out everything in the description from the previously mentioned Patreon, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all that fun stuff. Let me know what suggestions you have for challenges down in the comments below. And until next time, have a good one. Take it easy. Stay safe. Black Lives Matter. And I'll catch you guys next time.